So I wanted to make this video to share with you just real practical steps on how to start a YouTube channel if you're over 50. And this is perfect for beginners, people who have never made a video before. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have to worry about all the technical stuff. We're not going to talk about that today, and you don't need it, okay? Trust me. So the first thing when it comes to starting your YouTube channel is you have to know why. Why do you want to start a YouTube channel? Is it for fun? Is it to start a business? Is it to grow a business? Maybe you just want to leave a legacy for your family. Maybe you want to document your retirement. There are so many different reasons why people start a YouTube channel. For me, it's a little bit of everything. It's fun. I love doing this. I tell people that I'm semi-retired on YouTube, so it's part of my retirement plan. Also, I'm leaving a legacy for my family, for my kids. So my videos will live on YouTube forever, as long as YouTube is still around, and I don't think they're going anywhere. Think about why you want to do this. If you just want to do it for fun, great. Okay, this video is going to help you. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you have a skill set that you want to learn how to monetize and you want to grow that business on YouTube. Maybe you just want something to keep you busy in retirement. Those are all great reasons to start a YouTube channel. And right now I'm working with a few retirees who are starting and growing their YouTube channels. Everything from promoting their book to growing their coaching program, and one who's just doing it in retirement and documenting his retirement. And if that's something you want to learn more about, then click the link below. I'll put something below this video, or you can also click on the pinned comment. My recommendation to everybody when getting started is to start with what you know, okay? You do not have to define or have a definite niche, okay? You hear that a lot on YouTube, and I've made videos on choosing your niche here on this channel, but you do not have to have an exact niche. Start with what you know. And this could be your interests, your hobbies, your passions. And before I keep going, when you start a YouTube channel, it doesn't have to be about your ultimate passion, okay? I have so many different passions and interests and hobbies. I can't really pinpoint one true passion that I focus on all the time. So don't get caught up on that. You know, it can simply be an interest, a hobby, something you're good at, something people tell you you're good at that you wouldn't think about. And that's a great way to get started on YouTube, is to ask friends and family, hey, what am I good at? You know, it might surprise you. People might say you're a great cook, and you're like, I never thought about that. I just like to cook, or I just like to barbecue. That could potentially be an idea for your channel. And just from talking to people and simply writing down your hobbies and your interests on a piece of paper, this is going to help you come up with ideas for your first videos right away. And you should easily be able to come up with at least 10 videos, if not more. And I recommend come up with at least 10 video ideas getting started, but do not stop there. Okay, so if you can come up with 20 videos, 30 videos, 50 videos, 100 videos, keep going. Write all those down. And you can always look at that list and then break out the first 10 that you want to make. But it's important that we have at least 10 ideas to get started with. And these could be various interests, right? One video idea you have might be about traveling in your RV. Maybe another video you have is about your dogs, okay, or how to train dogs. I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe one's about fishing, one's about tennis, one's about cooking, who knows. The point is really to just get started with the ideas and to start making videos. And over time, and we'll talk about this later, YouTube will do the rest for you. YouTube is going to help you find your audience and eventually help you find your niche. And when it comes to actually hitting record, and this is the one that most people really worry about, and making your video, keep it simple. You do not need to go out and buy a fancy camera, lighting and tripods and all those things. That stuff will come with time. Right now, just start with your camera, okay, on your phone. Everybody has an iPhone or an Android or something like that, and this is the perfect place to get started. And you can start from home, right? You do not have to have an elaborate studio. In fact, YouTube is really pushing that real authentic content right now. You've probably seen a lot of retirement channels and channels with people over 40, over 50, over 60. I recently saw someone post the other day, she started her YouTube channel at 80 and she's blowing up. So you can do your videos from anywhere, okay? You can do them from your car, you can go for a walk. Keep it simple. It's all about the message. People aren't concerned so much about your backdrop. Of course, you want it to be nice. You don't want clutter and things behind you, but just keep it simple. And when I first got started, I just used the webcam on my laptop. And let me tell you, that laptop I had it for years because I could not afford to get a new one. It was nothing special, okay? This camera I have right now on my phone is 100 times better. But guess what? That webcam got me through my first 50, maybe even 100 videos. Now, I will say that one recommendation I have is that if you are gonna invest in any kind of equipment, is to get a decent microphone, and you can pick these up on Amazon. This is like a lapel mic. It hooks right into my phone. I'll throw something up here to show you the name brand of it. I believe it's called a Hollylark. And you can pick these up on Amazon. They're very affordable. But the reason why I recommend the audio before you worry about the camera is people will watch a video with not so great video, right? It could be grainy or the camera's not great, maybe the lighting's not great, because they're more concerned about the message, right? They're concerned about themselves, first of all. They really don't care about you. They care about what you have to say and what you can do for them. So it's important that they can hear you, okay? They will watch a video with that's not great quality that has great audio. But they will not watch a video that has great video. You could have the most expensive camera in the world, but your microphone stinks and they can't hear you. Guess what? They're gonna turn off. So that would be my only recommendation. And the microphones on these cameras right now, or on these phones, are actually really, really good. The only thing you might want to look out for is, depending on where you're recording, like if you record in your car and you're using the mic on your phone, it might be a little bit hollow. So just test it out. But people do it. And again, depending on the phone you're using and the microphone that's on that phone, you can probably get away with it. Which brings me to the next step, which is just start. Sean Cannell over at Think Media, who has a great channel, he always just says, you gotta hit record. You just gotta hit record. And he's so right. Even with somebody who's myself, who's been doing this, over 9 years, I still have to remind myself to make videos. And all I have to do is hit that record button and just get going, okay? And that's really the hardest part. So just hit record, get started. And take that list of videos that you have. Take your top 10, if you came up with more than 10 videos, and take your first top 10 list and get started with those. And the best way to think about your first 10 videos is, this is your practice session. This is your pre-season, okay? Heck, your first 50 videos, this is your pre-season, your practice. You are not going to be perfect. You will never be perfect. You will learn from each video. You're going to learn something different. You're going to learn about the audio. You're going to learn about the video. You're going to learn about your backdrop, your location. You're also going to learn about things like delivering your intro and grabbing people's attention. You're going to learn about how to speak on camera, right? I was a little bit slouched there. I have to remind myself to come back up. And that only happens with practice. This is the time to make mistakes. Also, this is a great time to just get comfortable speaking on camera. Most of us have never spoken on camera. We've never done any kind of public speaking. So my best advice for you is, when you're talking to the camera, just talk like you're talking to a friend, okay? You're just having a conversation. Maybe you're asking about their day, or you're helping them with a problem at home. And just be yourself. People are going to be attracted to the real you, okay? So don't get caught up in what you're wearing, if you have glasses or no glasses. Get comfortable with the speaking and the presenting, and the rest will come into place. And with each video that you make, guess what? You're gonna get a little bit better and a little bit better. Now, you're never gonna be perfect, no matter how many you do, and I've done well over 500 videos on this channel, and they're still not perfect. But I promise you, you will get better and better. If you look back at my older videos from when I first started, I recorded on my couch in a tiny little apartment in Chicago. At the time, my son was 1, maybe 2 years old, and the lighting was bad, the audio was bad, but I kept recording. And at the time, in the beginning, I was doing 5 videos a week, which was crazy. I don't recommend that, but I was determined, and I recorded 5 videos a week. And guess what? I just got them up. I got them up, I kept going, and I kept learning. And slowly but surely, some of those videos started to take off. And then I'd go back and I'd look at those videos. What did I do in those videos? What did I say? Maybe what was my location? Was I using a microphone? Which microphone was I using? How did I start the video? Okay, what kept people watching the video? Because that's the most important thing with YouTube, is the watch time. They want to keep people on the platform. And the more that you make videos, and the more that you learn from your videos and make better videos, guess what? YouTube is going to start getting those videos out to the right people. And they will start to tell you what people want, and they'll start to tell you your niche. You'll start to uncover your niche. So that's why it's okay in the beginning to just put up those first 10, 20, 30 videos about your different interests and your hobbies. Some of those are going to start to land with your audience, and that's going to kind of have that aha, that light bulb moment where you're like, okay, I need to make more videos like that. And coming up with video ideas is one of the most difficult things people have when they get started on YouTube. And I promise you that you'll never run out of video ideas. And this is something that I teach people. It's one of the biggest questions I get in my coaching program is, what am I going to talk about? And once people really understand how to come up with video ideas, how to come up with video ideas that are going to do well, most importantly, then it makes that whole process much easier. And if that's something you're struggling with, you want help with that, I'll put a link below this video, and I'll also put a link in the pinned comment for you. And the next step is, we've probably all heard this, but those who fail to plan to fail. Now, you don't have to have some master plan or strategy. You don't need to go watch a bunch of YouTube videos. You just simply need to get your calendar out, use a Google Calendar, use I was looking for my actual day book over here, calendar. I like to write things down. I'm a little old fashioned that way. And actually schedule out your videos. Schedule the day you're going to record them, and then schedule the day that you are going to actually upload them to YouTube. Now, here's a quick tip. When you upload your video, mark it as private and then wait 24 hours before you actually publish it. The reason we do that is, when you upload it as private, YouTube is going to start analyzing everything in your video and your thumbnail and your title, so they know who to show this video to when you actually publish. Have a simple schedule for your first 10 videos. Now, you can certainly do 1 a week. If you can do 2 a week, that's better. And the reason why we do this, I'm going to talk about this in a minute, is the more data we can give to YouTube, the better, because they'll be able to come back to us and say, hey, these videos are working, these videos are not working. And really, it's a process of elimination. Let's do more of what's working and less of what's not working. But do what works best for your schedule. Like I mentioned before, I was doing 5 a week. I had a 2-year-old. But guess what? I was staying up till 3 or 4 in the morning, and I do not recommend you do that. So find a schedule that works for you and actually write it down. Okay, this day I'm going to record, this day I'm going to upload, and stick with that. And which brings me to progress, not perfection. Okay, it's all about getting a little bit better every single time. And we talked about this before. Progress, not perfection. and be consistent. Like I said, if you're gonna do one a week, do one a week. If you're gonna do 2 a week, do 2 a week. Do not do one a month. It'll take you forever to get any kind of data back. If you can do 1 a week, great. 2, even better. 3, awesome. But stick with it, be consistent. YouTube is a long game. It takes time. So stick with YouTube, take your time, be consistent, and things will start to happen. And each video you do is just gonna get a little bit better and a little bit better, and you're just gonna learn more and more, okay? And it's important that you know your analytics. Now, you do not need to be a total geek or nerd about your analytics, although over time, if you're taking this seriously, you do wanna become a geek or a nerd about your analytics. I love looking at my analytics because YouTube is gonna tell you everything you need to know. They're gonna tell you which videos have a high CTR, which is a click-through rate. So is your thumbnail working? Is your title working? Those are the things that you wanna learn about as you start creating more videos. In the beginning, don't get too hung up on your analytics, but I do recommend after 90 days, assuming you're doing at least 1 video a week and you have enough data to give to YouTube, go into your analytics, which is in your YouTube studio, and start looking at things like your click-through rate. What percentage of your videos, so YouTube is gonna recommend your videos to a certain percent audience, like a test audience. So you wanna look at the CTR, which is a click-through rate, which means of that test audience, what percent clicked and then watched the video or watched a portion of the video. So you wanna look at that stuff. Also, you wanna look at how long people are actually watching your video. Are they dropping off within the first minute or two? Or are they watching at least half of the video? If they're watching at least half of the video, guess what? Those are the types of videos that you wanna make more of. So YouTube is gonna give you everything you need. And like we talked about before with the niche and the direction of your channel, this is where YouTube is gonna help carve that path for you so you can stop making these videos down here and you can start making more of the videos that are actually moving the needle with your channel. They're helping you to get more views. They're helping you to get more subscribers. And if you're still here, that tells me that you are serious about YouTube. You're somebody who really wants to make a go of this, but maybe you're lacking the guidance, the roadmap, or the tech skills, which really, you don't need a lot of tech skills, okay? I started when I was 46 and all I could do was send a text message and I figured this out. If you know that you really want to take YouTube to the next level, maybe it's in retirement, maybe you just want to do it for fun, leave a legacy, or do like I did and start a business and grow a business, then definitely schedule a YouTube discovery call with me. I will put a link below this video in the description, and I'll also put a link below in the pinned comment so you can click on that and schedule your call. And the next step is giving up too soon. And I see this happen all the time. And it drives me crazy, okay? Because I see so much potential in people and in my students, and they post maybe 5 videos or 10 videos and they give up. It's not working. This video only got 10 views. This video only got 30 views. And I'm like, you have to keep going, right? You have to keep going. It takes time. Like I said, YouTube is a long game. And you have to, I think it took me my first 100 videos, somewhere between that 50 and 100 videos, before I really started to see some views take off. But I was getting 5 views, 10 views, maybe 50 views with my first 20, 30 videos. And then I started to get into the 100 views and then eventually to the 1,000 views. And I was like, okay, I get it now, right? I need to keep posting. I need to post more of these that are getting more views, less of these or none of these that are not getting any views. But the most important thing is I can't give up. I have to keep going. Also, when you start a YouTube channel, you become a creator. You are now a YouTuber. And that means making videos. At the end of the day, it's all about uploading videos and uploading more videos and staying consistent. Now, total transparency, when I first started, I did not enjoy it, but I was determined to figure it out, okay? I liked it, but I wasn't like, oh, this is awesome. But eventually, as I kind of got over that hump, I was like, wow, this is a lot of fun. You have to enjoy the process and you can't overthink things. You can't beat yourself up. You just have to keep making videos. And trust me, you're going to have fun with it. And the more fun you have with it, guess what? Your channel's going to start to grow and everything is going to start to come into place. But you have to be consistent. This does not happen overnight. You got to show up. And if you want more info on starting your YouTube channel, especially when it comes to picking your niche, make sure you check out my video up here. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.